I hope that you're enjoying our exploration of the Holy Land. Today I want to tell you the story of Israel's most famous boat. Oh, it's not an aircraft carrier, not even a naval vessel. We probably wouldn't be able to talk about it if it was. It would be top secret, I should think. But no, this is virtually the ruin of a boat. And this is the story. It's called the Jesus boat, by the way. The hull of a 2,000-year-old fishing vessel, which has come to be on display in a specially created cradle in the Yigal Allon Museum beside the Lake of Galilee in Kibbutz North Guinea. As you'll be able to see if you read my blog about the Lake of Galilee, it's known in Israel as the Kinneret, from the Hebrew word for harp, which is kinnor. The lake is shaped not like a David's harp, but like a handheld harp that sits on the lap of the harpist. There are at least 5 Israeli heroes in this remarkable story. 2 of them are brothers, Moshe and Yigal Allon, who live on this kibbutz, North Guinea. In January 1986, during a time of drought, while exploring the mud flats that were usually covered with water, they recognised the outline of a boat and wondered how old it was. Now, Mendel Nunn, an expert on the Kinneret, our 3rd hero, was called in. And he made contact with Yossi Stefanski of the Department of Antiquities, who in turn called Shelley Watchman, a department inspector of underwater antiquities. Shelley is our 5th Israeli hero, and he was able to determine that the boat was ancient. Now a mosaic illustration of an ancient boat had been found at Magdala or Migdal years previously. It depicts 4 oarsmen rowing a boat and a helmsman with a quarter rudder guiding the boat, which had no tiller and rudder combination. The new boat conformed to this same type. Working day and night, volunteers from the kibbutz and from far afield helped with their bare hands to rescue the boat from the muddy grave, to save it from souvenir hunters. All day and all night they kept guard, and from the rising water level during unexpected rains. Soon another expert arrived from America, Professor Richard Steffi, the world expert on ancient ships. He came for a week with advice and instructions. Then a professional woman came into the scene, Orna Cohen, who took over the conservation stage with its many challenges and problems and performed the remarkable feat of preserving this precious relic. Covered entirely with plastic and then with polyurethane sprayed on all over that, it looked like a giant insect cocoon or a strange creamy dessert covered in cream. The boat was floated intact to the lake, on the lake, to its new home. All of this polyester skin had then to be laboriously removed in a race against time as the timbers were drying out. The boat was then immersed for about 10 years in a tank of synthetic wax called PEG to replace the water in the timbers with polyurethane ethylene glycol. I remember the frustration of not being able to see it for years on end. The boat was 26.5 feet long and 7.5 feet wide. Its height was about 4.5 feet, a little over 1 metre. It had a rounded stern, and the fore and aft sections were probably decked in. It may have had a large stern deck under which people could have slept. This was also the place where sandbags were normally kept, items that could be used in as pillows. Perhaps Jesus slept on such sandbags as Mark chapter 4 might suggest. Originally, this boat had a mast set into a mast block which was connected to the keel. It needed a crew of 5 people. As men of the period were shorter and lighter than they are today, 15 men could have sailed in such a boat. In this style and size of boat, fishermen could have used the type of net described in Jesus' parable of the kingdom of heaven from Matthew chapter 13. Interestingly, the wood used came from 12 different trees. It had mainly cedar planks and oak frames, but it utilised pieces of Christ's thorn tree, carob, Aleppo pine, hawthorn, sycamore, laurel, willow, Judas tree, plane tree, and Atlantic terebinth. Some of these timbers may have even been older than 120 BC. Now, here's a diagram. As shown here, over the years in antiquity, different other boats had been cannibalised to make repairs to this one. Carbon-14 dating places it somewhere between 120 BC and 40 AD or CE. So the latter part would be in the Jesus period. Pottery and coins found in and near the boat support this dating. Its use and reuse of components from other boats increases the possibility that Jesus or his apostles or relatives had personal contact with one or more parts of it, but I don't think anyone wants to turn to the Jesus boat into a relic or sacred object. Today, many motorised wooden boats similar to this boat ply the waters of the Lake of Galilee. It's a great experience enjoyed by most tour groups that visit Israel to sail the very routes that Jesus took between the towns that he knew so well, such as Capernaum, Magdala, Bethsaida, and even the remote hills on the Jordanian side of the lake called in the New Testament the other side. The views of the hills, valleys and vistas are just as Jesus saw them 2,000 years ago, and the remnants of a little fishing boat illuminate aspects of Jesus' life and ministry here on this famous lake.
Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed that video, please press the like button. Also, if you want to be kept up to date with all of our new content, please press the subscribe button. If you find this content interesting and you'd like to find out more, let me encourage you to come over to our website, which is synagogueandchurch.com, and over there you'll be able to find lots of information, and you'll also be able to find some of our books that are for sale there. In those books is loads and loads of more information on these and many other topics. Thanks for watching.